This is Dave Mason. He works with BetOnline. I know you do marketing, but you also do a lot of stuff within the lines of the books and things like that too. We talked about it last time you were on the show. So, Chad, if you have questions about anything to do with BetOnline, but if you have questions specifically, obviously about the Super Bowl, that's what we're going to be diving into today. Before we got started, we were kind of gabbing backstage, and obviously Shaggy is a huge Chiefs fan, as you guys know, and we found out that Dave is a Philly guy. Big Eagles fan. So we're going head to head here on the channel, which we were not expecting. How long have you been? How long have you been an Eagles fan? Have you been an Eagles fan your whole life, or kind of more of a new Eagles fan?
No, I mean that's where I'm from, and I'm old, so a long time. So yeah, man, Eagles have been following the Eagles pretty much my whole life, So when I was younger, like that's when the Steelers were really good, and I was kind of they're always on TV, and I kind of identified with them at a younger age. My dad was like from the middle of the state, and he was a massive Pirates fan. So I always I kind of piggybacked on the Pirates as a youngin and led to the Steelers. Yeah. But as I matured, I switched over to my city allegiance. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Word. Well, obviously you must be excited with your team getting to the big dance. Shaggy's also been, he's had it for the last couple seasons, so the excitement has maybe tempered, but you're never really overly excited. You're always excited to get to the Super Bowl regardless.
Of course. Absolutely.
Just from a book's perspective, like what has this week been like for you? Like getting ready for everything. Obviously there's so many different angles with this. Like is it just been absolute madness?
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, I work in marketing. I work with the odds guys too. I'm kind of like a liaison between marketing and the odds guys. Especially for Super Bowl, we have all these crazy props, and that's such a big part of the Super Bowl, not only for betting, but for marketing as well. So this is like our time. We have a really good team of marketers and that, odds guys and other guys who specialize in PR and marketing, where we just come up with all these ideas. So, after the conference championships, we get busy thinking of unique and original ideas. And then we price them up, and then the painstaking work is putting them on the site. I don't do that, thank God. My guy BetOnline Burns and his guys do that. That's a lot of tedious manual labor putting all these props on the site. It's not something you do just by a push of a button. And then the odds have to be right, and all the wording has to be right. So the bettors can't find loopholes, etc. So it's a busy week, and then of course interviews too. I think I have like 12 tomorrow. So wow. So it's a busy week, but it's a fun week, man. I'm a huge football fan, and it's kind of obviously the end of the season, and it's working all year just to get to this point, and it's the biggest day of the year for us, and it's a lot of fun. Just the excitement. Again, I'm a marketer, so I like to. The promotion stuff is always in me, and I love events. That's what a marketer's dream is, just an event. So, and the Super Bowl is the biggest event of the year.
Absolutely. And it's going to be a fun one. I know there's been a lot of, I don't know how you feel about this, especially as an Eagles fan, but a lot of people were bitching saying that, this is not as fun of a Super Bowl as it could be. Two of the best teams in the conferences, obviously the Chiefs are back-to-back going for the three-peat. The Eagles have been one of the best teams in the NFL. I'm excited about it, man. It's been kind of 2 weeks ready to get ready for it, but Shags is excited for different reasons than I am. But I think overall, I think we're getting the two best teams, the two best products going head to head, which is what you want as a football fan.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you hear people on Bowie Connoisseur, get the hell out of here. Everybody's saying they're Bowie Connoisseur. The same people say they're going to move out of the country whether when a candidate wins, and you're going to go nowhere. Just turn the TV on and have some dang fun,
Absolutely. Well, this is the odds that we're looking at right here. These are live. These were put together right before we started the show from BetOnline. Chiefs 1-point faves, over under set at 48.5. We also kind of got some lines for you guys to look at from the percentages of either sides of the money line, the spread, and the total. Shags, of these numbers right here, is there anything that kind of stands out to you that you want to pick Dave's brain about?
I mean, that is a lot of money and tickets on the over. Just looking at that right now, what is that? 84% of the money, nearly 80% of the tickets. I mean, it's clearly a recreational bettor's dream, right? The Super Bowl, it's soaring over, right, Dave?
Well, I hope not. I mean, I'm looking at money now. I mean, from a money point of view, we're definitely Philly and under fans. Yeah, we got 55% of the cash is on KC minus that point. 67% of the cash is on KC outright. Then 64% of the cash is on over 48.5. It went up to like 50, but we took some sharp action on the under at 50, 49.5, and a little bit on 49 too. That's how we ended up 48.5. It could tick up a little bit though as the weekend action comes in and people keep pounding the over. I don't think it'll get up to 49.5 again, but it could.
Okay.
I was going to ask the same question about that over, because I'm pretty sure the last time, but when you guys played a couple of years ago, didn't I think the over hit in that one, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Like 38-35, I think. Yeah,
soared
over. Mm-hmm.
Soared. What could go wrong? Two great offenses in a dome. Just got to soar over, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Should be interesting to see how that plays out. Before we kind of move in, because you talked about the novelty props, and obviously, we're going to talk about a lot of these lines as they move over the next couple of days. Be sure to follow Dave if you're not already on X. He'll be posting a lot of live updates on percentages of these bets, but also in all sports as we move throughout the year, UFC, etc. Get involved with Dave on X. Before we dive into the novelty props, has there been any? I'm sure there have been some. What's the biggest wager that you've seen so far that you guys have taken in on the Super Bowl?
Let's see, 50K on the Chiefs. Let me look real quick. Yeah.
You're exposing Shags with his wagers, Dave.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. 55,000 on the Chiefs minus a 1.5. 54,000 on the Eagles plus a 1.5. 50K KC minus 1.5. So those are our three biggest spreads. Limits are up to 100,000 there, so we'll see some 100,000 for the money line. 37.5 on KC minus 125 is the biggest on the money line.
Sheesh. Okay, I'm sure you'll have a couple of massive ones come in between now and Sunday too. I'm sure there's a couple of whales that get dropped between now and then, so that should be fun. All right, let's have some fun now. Those are the numbers. Obviously, like I said, go follow Dave. He'll be talking about it. We'll be gabbing about it over the next few days. But it's always fun to talk about, as you mentioned, the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of novelty props that are available at BetOnline. And honestly, chat, of all the books in the industry, BetOnline has the most available to you. So if you like betting different stuff at the Super Bowl, go check out BetOnline. Get involved with that there. Shags, I'll let you kick us off with the one you really want to ask Dave about with the Swiftie stuff.
Hey, man, I'm dying to ask you. There are 89 Taylor Swift specific props on the BetOnline betting board for the Super Bowl. As a Chiefs guy, obviously, we love the Swifties. We love the voodoo that she's brought on success for our team. But what are the bettors doing? What's the most popular of the 89 Taylor Swift props?
All right. The two most popular far and away are the over-under time shown on TV. We have the over-under at 6.5. The action's the under's minus 175, so the over's plus 135. I think that's pretty good value. I don't know about that. Most of the bettors are on the under. About 58% of bettors are on the under. The most popular bet, the one that has the highest bet count, that has the highest total bet count on both sides. The highest bet count for a single side is let's see, what will happen first? Either team scores a touchdown or Taylor Swift shown live during the broadcast, and Taylor Swift shown live on the broadcast is the most popular bet out of all the options for Taylor. And again, we have 89 props for Taylor Swift, so that's the most popular side right there. She'll be shown before the first touchdown of the game.
Oh, if the Chiefs start with the ball, absolutely. If they find Kelsey on that first drive, they'll definitely show her. No doubt about it.
All right.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Well, that's a fun one. They have been talking about this since earlier this week, and there was, like you said, Shax, there were 13 then, and now there's 89.
We actually snagged that under time shown on TV for minus 145. That's what it was sitting at on Friday. It's at 175 now. So
there you go. Look at you. Good
love it.
You.
Love it.
Positive CLV, Shax. Positive CLV.
Yeah, it's not hitting.
Shit happens. Well, we gotta. So this one's one that I want to get your take on this, because this is something that I just don't understand how people can make a legitimate wager one side or the other on something that's quite legitimately a coin flip. So you got the coin toss, heads or tails, literally minus 101 either direction. Is this a bet that you dig? Do you like even the idea of betting on a coin flip, or is it something that you're just like, meh? What is it looking like from your perspective?
Me, it's more of a tradition bet, right? I mean, you see the
Sure.
juice there; it's -101 on each side, so you get a nice discount. It's like, I say it, I've said it numerous times on other interviews. If you've ever been to a brick and mortar um, casino sports book during the Super Bowl, the loudest cheer you're going to hear all game, or one of the loudest, is when they flip that coin. Everybody has a little bit of money on it, so
Sure.
it doesn't take a lot of money, but it takes a lot of bets. You have to put a few bucks on the coin flip, and you just have to. I don't care if it's $5. You need to start the game off with a winner or a loser and get the ball
Facts.
rolling.
Yep.
Absolutely. To be honest with you, man, I've said this to Shaq since we've done this channel. Like, I don't really like betting the Super Bowl from the game perspective that much because it's the biggest game of the year. It's hard to find edges on those
Exactly.
things, and there's so much at stake. I love the props aspect of it. I'm
Yep.
throwing
That's the way
$10
to
on
do
the heads or tails. I'm throwing I'm throwing $10 on the fucking purple. So I'm getting involved in something like this. Any thoughts on the Gatorade bath?
My main thought is I never get it right. I mean, that's another thing. I never get it right. Purple
In all the years.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever gotten it right. It's one of those I throw a few bucks on and see what happens. I'm betting orange this year, but I have absolutely zero intel or anything. The most popular bet is yellow, green, lime. Purple got steamed down to the
Smart bet.
favorite. Yes, purple got steamed down. I think it was like 6-1, and it dropped all the way down. It was like even money for a bit. Like all this money came in. It was like we're having flashbacks to that game from a few years ago when after Kobe died, everybody said it was definitely going to be purple, and it did. There was so much money on purple, and it didn't happen. So, but it kind of having flashbacks last week when everybody's betting purple all at once. You're taking so much weird action on the Super Bowl and all this stuff. It's just so. And all the conspiracies, like the Kobe Bryant thing was the perfect one. It's just so you want to look at like, oh, what the hell's going on here? You're taking all this action on the first song, like last week, the first halftime song got all this action came in at once. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Hey, man, we're a fan of the tinfoil hats around these parts. There's a lot of people throwing on the tinfoil hats in these 10 days leading up to the Super Bowl. So they're out there for sure. But this is the last one on the novelty props, and then we got a couple more questions for you, and then we'll let you get out of here. But this is one that Sook found that it's just more for fun. So Andy Reid likes to go for a burger after games, after winning the Super Bowl, regardless of win or loss. These are the odds that you guys can actually bet this at BetOnline if you'd like to throw some skin in the game, because he's going to have a burger, Shags.
Oh, absolutely. Andy's the man.
Which one do you think is worth a sprinkle here?
If I'm betting Shake Shack for sure.
Plus 500.
I'm not saying I have some inside sources, but being from Kansas City, you hear some stuff. Andy Reid, he might be a fan of Shake Shack.
Okay.
Good intel. I'll let the guys know.
See, there you go, guys. You guys got some intel from the Chiefs fan that the Shake Shack might be plus 500. It's a great sprinkle for that as well.
Yeah, don't quote me on that, Chet.
Why is Jack in the Box even there? Plus 1,200. You might as well just donate it.
Didn't know there was one in the city, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Is there one in New Orleans? I mean, you got to kind of figure that out.
That's true.
I don't think there is. I think that's more of a West Coast thing, because when I was in California, I used to, and very poor, I used to eat their tacos all the time, 2 for 99 cents. They were delicious. They deep fry the whole damn taco, but I don't think they're in New Orleans. But yeah, I don't know how that Jay in the Box got in there if they're not in New Orleans. Who knows?
That's true. Should be interested to see how, obviously there's been so much media action already going on down in New Orleans, to see kind of the next couple of days getting ready for the Superdome. Let's get back to the game. One more prop to kind of discuss with you. This is, again, a little bit more centered around the game. These are the odds for the MVP award. So you've got quarterback, the position specifically, quarterback or any other position. Then you've got the different players that could possibly win here. I'm kind of throwing this one on the spot too. So if you don't have these numbers in front of you, no stress. But anything standing out to you from a line perspective on some action you've gotten on a particular player to win the MVP?
Let's see. The bettors are betting Barkley. He's the most popular bet. Then Hurts. Then Mahomes, then it's a pretty significant drop off to Travis Kelce. From a profit point of view, who we lose on, it's all lottery tickets, like 200 to 1 guys, like Nolan Smith. He's our biggest loss. Nick Bolton, 250 to 1. Then Dallas Goedert, 50 to 1. And then, just all defensive and second and third tier receivers. And people just, the 250 to 1, 150 to 1 guys, I call them lottery tickets. People betting a few bucks to win a lot, but a few of them bets, it just adds up a big red number. So, I personally, I think there's a little bit of value in Hurts there. It's not often you see a running back before a quarterback, right? It's usually quarterback 1-2, and not this year. And Hurts can do it. Hurts can do it, man. He had 3 rush touches the last game. He'll get in the end zone and he'll throw for a couple. We'll see.
Yeah, he'll definitely at some point the tush push will be, or the brotherly shove, however you want to call it, will be activated at some point. All right, man. Well, it's been awesome having you on the show. We love having you back. I know you're a busy man. Like you said, you got 12 interviews tomorrow. Don't tell all those other people how much you enjoyed our interview is more than theirs when you go over there.
They don't introduce me with ACDC, so that's
see?
That's a no-brainer, dude. I mean, come on.
Come on, chat. See, this is what's up. Before we let you go, man, just tell us what is the thing that you look forward to the most about Super Bowl Sunday? Like, is it like something you get to, like a specific dish you make, or is it just the game itself, the excitement? Like, what's the one thing about Super Bowl Sunday that really gets your plums moving?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the ending after halftime. After I work through halftime, after the halftime show and all that stuff is done and dusted. I go get drunk pretty much. So, and hopefully, and I go to a bar down here, and then the guy who runs it, Kid, I've introduced him to the Eagles fight song over the years. So he puts that on, and there'll be Eagles fans in the house. There'll be KC fans in the house. I have one buddy who likes KC here, so it'll be a fun time. So yeah, after halftime. Make sure halftime goes off without a glitch. I'll be heading across the street to the bar, and I'm going to get overstirred with some beers.
Hell yeah, man.
Nice.
Good stuff. For Shags and myself, everybody here at Betting News, thanks for stopping by, Dave. We appreciate you spending some time with us. As I said, chat, go follow Dave Mason on X or on Twitter at Dave Mason, BOL. Have a great next couple of days, brother. Drop some beers, get some rest, and enjoy the game on Sunday, man.
Love it, man. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dave.
Sir. Thanks, Dave.
Bye-bye.
All right. What a guy. What an absolute guy. It's every time he comes on, Shags, we have a good time talking to Dave.
Definitely.
And I mean, yeah, Chad, he works for the books. But as you can see, he tries to give you some honest information about the inside information from the books.
Right.
And if anybody ever tells you, he don't give a shit about, what happens. As you can see, he's a fan as well of a team. So, it's nice to have somebody that kind of gives you a little bit of some perspective from the other side of it. And yeah, to answer your question, it is legal to use in California. It's legal to use everywhere.
Anywhere.
In fact, anywhere you like. So get involved. And we all use it every single day, either to look at lines, to compare, to bet there every single day. So if you have questions, feel free to DM one of us or DM us at Betting News, and we'll help you out. We have a lot of reviews and stuff for BetOnline on our website. It's one of I think it's our favorite, really.
It's the best.
Far and away the best.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I use that every day. So
yeah. And they do have the most competitive and best lines in the industry.
Absolutely, 100%. That's why I use it all the time. It's the best odds. Sometimes it's just cents off, but that adds up. So
it adds up, and if you bet in the long run, and they also don't limit you. So if some of you guys out there are blessed to have a larger bankroll, it's a place that they will always take your action regardless of your bet size. So these are all things that matter. If you're betting $5 or $500, you need to know these things.
Right.
So you can be smarter about it. But yeah, Dave's great. Go follow him on X. And like I said, all the things that Sook was bringing up on the screen are stuff that he posts on Twitter all the time for you guys. Percentages, handle size, of things like that. Kind of get your plums moving if that's how you like to bet, and use that for your analysis and how you're going to put your coin down. He's a great person to follow for that type of information. And he's a great dude.